If you're on the market for a new family-sized car and you're looking for something which is practical but also got eco-benefits, why not consider the Electric Hyundai Ioniq? This great model is available from our Blackpool dealership. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. The Hyundai Ioniq Electric has LED dual beam headlamps and LED tail lights. It has a smoothed off front bumper to make it even more aerodynamic when travelling at speed. As you walk towards the car, the electric wing mirrors automatically fold out to greet you. The Ioniq Electric comes with a great standard specification. This is the premium spec and it's got features like heated seats, heated steering wheel. It's got loads of great soft touch plastics around the dashboard and there's plenty of storage rooms as well. It's got navigation as standard, it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It even has wireless charging for your mobile phone. Driving the Hyundai Ioniq Electric is much like driving any other automatic car. You just put it in drive and get on with it, but the gearbox has only got one gear, so if you're driving 0 to 100 miles an hour in one gear, it means it's really smooth. There's instant torque available, instant power, so if you're going to overtake you don't need to worry about the car working out which gear to be in. It's great, you can put your foot down and it goes. There are, however, different driving modes which help to give you some sense that you're connected to the car. So at the moment we're in eco mode, which is limiting the amount of acceleration that I can do, and it's limiting the top speed, and it tends to try and slow the car down quite a lot when I take my foot off the accelerator using regenerative braking. But there's also a normal mode which makes it a bit more sterile, and then they've got the sports mode. When you put the sports mode on, it gives a much faster throttle response. All the dials change. You can end up with a power gauge rather than a normal speedo, and that gives you 0 to 60 in about 10 seconds. Really fast throttle response, so it makes it quite an involving drive, particularly on little B roads like this. I said about regenerative braking. Regenerative braking is this thing where the car can charge the battery as you're slowing down, so rather than wearing out the brake pads, instead it can use the motor to slow the car down. That charges the battery, so it gives you more range. But it also means that it gives you more range on the battery. It means you don't have to use the brake pads as much. So on this car there's actually 4 different driving regenerative mode settings. So you've got 0, 1, 2, 3. Mode 3 is where it gives a really strong regenerative braking effect. It feels like you're stepping on the brakes, but you're not. And that can add lots of charge back into the battery. On 0 it tends to freewheel, so it's almost like being in neutral. So it, obviously your accelerator and brake still works, you're not in neutral, but it just helps the car to really sail without losing any speed. So by using these drive modes together, you can get really good fuel efficiency in this car. And as you're going down steep hills like we're just doing now, we're charging the battery all the way down, so that's adding extra miles into our fuel tank efficiently. And that means that we can go further. When we need to go up a hill the other side, we can then put the foot down. That's using that regenerative braking, that energy that's been stored. So the regenerative braking is affected using these little flappy paddles on the gear lever here. In addition, this car has got great features standard, so it's got speed adjusting cruise control, so intelligent cruise control, so you set your speed to say 60 or 70 miles an hour when you're on the motorway. It can adjust your speed to keep you a set distance from the car in front. So if the car in front slows down, this car slows down, it keeps you that distance. If it speeds up to the limit you set. It's also got lane keep assist, so it can actively help you steer the car, keeping you centred within the lines on the motorway. Not much use here on a B road, but it's really good on the motorway and really takes the stress out of those longer journeys. The Hyundai Ioniq Electric has got a 28 kilowatt hour battery. That's good for a range of up to about 130 miles in the real world. It will depend how you drive. It depends if you put the heating on full whack in winter, you may get close to, say, 100 miles. But on the whole, it's a really good daily mileage. Most people only do 30 miles or less every day, so having a range of 130 miles is great. In terms of charging time, it takes about 4.5 hours to charge from flat to full, using a dedicated charge point at home. If you go on the motorway, if you're doing longer journeys, that gets cut to about 30 minutes to go to from 0 to 80%. So you can do long journeys no problem at all. On the whole, this is a car it's great to live with. I've currently driven about 500 miles in the last week. I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good size family car, plenty of room for you and all your passengers. The boot's a great size, and on the whole, yeah, it's a really good car. It just happens to be electric. If you'd like to test drive this car for yourself, why not come down to our Blackpool dealership? They'll be happy to help.